Welcome back to 3D Boxing. I'm losing my brain today. Welcome back to 3D Boxing. I'm joined again with Muscles. We had a great show yesterday, so we said, let's run it back. How's it going, Muscles?
Good, man. Ready for round two. We're a day away from hitting these locks.
I wanted to, so there's a fight tonight. Obviously, there's the Golden Boy card tonight, and then there's a fight early tomorrow. I wanted to spend this afternoon show on that, and then I will be back tonight, and we'll look at the big card, the PBC card, the Saturday night card. But there's some money to be made. We'll call it Friday night, Saturday afternoon if you're in the U.S. I'm confident on this, and I'll get your take on this. Eduardo Hernandez and Rene Tellez-Giron.
I'm hearing a lot of back and forth on this fight. A lot of 50-50. You know, I saw your message on the Discord about, some people that are really respected that are saying the same thing with their opinions and stuff. So I don't know. I'm staying away.
I was going to put this in my lock, and I was like, Eduardo Hernandez is going to wreck him. Hernandez is better. He's a bigger puncher. He's a better athlete. He's more skilled. But people I respect, smart people whose boxing opinion I listen to, are telling me that Rene Tellez is going to win this fight. I can't see that. I think Eduardo Hernandez may stop him. I think this is a one-sided beatdown. But I've gotten so much from people I respect that tell me Rene Tellez is going to win this fight. And I'm like, I can't see it. I don't see a path to victory. I understand he's relentless and he's durable. And Freddie Roach has a comment that I love. It says, tough guys don't win fights. Yeah, they lose fights if they just hang around and fight. That's kind of the way I feel about Rene Tellez at this level. I don't see how he's going to stand up. Eduardo's a puncher. He's a hitter. I don't see Tellez being able to withstand that and then rally back late and stop him late. Although O'Shaquie Foster did it, and O'Shaquie Foster's not the biggest hitter in the world. O'Shaquie Foster's a hell of a lot faster and more skilled than Rene Tellez-Giron. I can't see this, but like I said, I've gotten so much feedback from smart people within the boxing community who are putting their money on Tellez-Giron that I'm staying away from it. I am no longer betting on this fight. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree. But you know what I think it is too, though, G? I think a lot of people are shifting towards him because of his performance versus Schofield. They think because he put up a good fight against Schofield and he dropped him, they're giving him a chance to beat, Hernandez. That's what I think.
I want to address that, right? Did he, though? He lost every round besides the round he knocked him down. He lost every minute of that fight until if you lose 35 minutes of the fight and then knock him out in the last minute, you win the fight. I get it. But he knocked him down. He didn't look good in that fight. He was being dogged in that fight. Schofield got caught with a shot and, he got in some trouble. So I get it. I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to sell me on the fact that he beats Rocky Hernandez because of the Floyd Schofield fight, I don't see it. I don't.
He lost every round.
I don't think he almost knocked out Schofield. He knocked down Schofield and had Schofield hurt in the final minute. Rocky Hernandez lost the fight to O'Shaquie Foster in the final 15 seconds or whatever it was. Like it was like a buzzer beater. It was like North Carolina versus Villanova versus North Carolina, just drain it at the end. It was crazy, right? But that was a fight where I thought it was in Mexico. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought O'Shaquie was clearly winning. The judges didn't have it that way. Bobby Benton, his trainer, is a really good friend of mine. He's one of my best friends in the business, and he basically sat him down. After that, because they get the scorecards. It was open scoring in Mexico. So after the 9th round ends, during the 10th round, they go to the trainer and they tell him the score. Bobby Benton got the score and he saw that O'Shaquie Foster was being robbed. And he just sat him down and said, you talk to him like a man. And he said, look, they're going to take your title. You have to knock him out. You have no other choice. They're going to take your belt from you.
Wow.
So O'Shaquie, you got to talk to him like a man, right? What are you going to say? Oh,
absolutely.
You want to keep your belt? You got to go knock him out. You got 6 minutes. We can do this, right? And O'Shaquie did it with 15 seconds left in the fight. It's crazy, yeah. But you saw O'Shaquie go out there in the 11th and really pick it up. He almost got himself knocked out in the 11th round.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're going to steal my belt anyway, right? Like he came out there on fire in that 11th round, and he hurt Rocky. But then Rocky stopped at the end of the round. It's like, this is like the greatest round ever. And then he came out and stopped Rocky in the 12th, and it's like an epic, like Rocky Balboa type fight. It was a crazy fight. But yeah, he knew the score. They had open scoring in Mexico, and he knew what he had to do. Had they not had open scoring, Rocky Hernandez probably
would have won.
Yeah, because Bobby Beck doesn't have to have that come to Jesus moment with him. We're like, look at me, son. They're gonna steal your belt. They're gonna take it from you. You have to knock them out.
Yeah. Go up to the fences, man. Swing to the fences if you got, you know what I mean?
So it's the only shot. There was a fight, John Molina fought Terrence Crawford. And it's after the first round, and Crawford just dogged him, like made him look bad. And Molina got knocked out a couple rounds later, but after that, like, I don't know what went on in Molina's corner, but he just came out and loaded up on every single shot. Like, I have no chance to outbox you, so I'm just going to swing for the fences on every single punch I throw. I'm like, you know what? It wouldn't be my strategy, but I respect it. It's like, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to outbox you. I'm not good enough to even – you're that much better than me. I'm just gonna load up and try to hit a home run on every swing. It's like,
yeah, and get lucky and just pray you get lucky. That's it.
Yeah. Let me get to this. The Real says my book decided to add the Rocky Hernandez fight after I already made all my parlays. That might be a blessing in disguise, Real. I don't know who you like in that fight. I like Eduardo. I like Rocky Hernandez by stoppage. I think definitely on points, definitely on the money line. I'm definitely on the money line, maybe by stoppage is what I'm trying to say. But I'm telling you, like, I got a lot of people who I listen to, who I respect, telling me the other way, that Tellez Giron has a real chance to win this fight, and that they're putting their money on Giron at whatever, with minus 300, minus whatever you can get him at now. But you can see that line has changed a lot. It went from minus 450 to minus 300. That's a big swing.
It is. Oh, I didn't even see that, G. Wow.
Yeah, minus 300 now. So it opened up at minus 450.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Do we have props on this? No, we don't have any. I was going to take a flyer there on knockdowns. I was going to go over on the knockdowns, but they don't have that on this. Over 1.5 knockdowns in this fight? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I want to see what the odds on it were. Rocky was a big underdog in the live odds. They were going to rob him. He's talking about the Osaka.
When he fought Oshiki, I think. When he fought Foster.
Do you think it's going to be an issue that this is Rayo's first fight with Robert Garcia? Still going with Gary Russell. It's not his first fight. It's not his first fight. It's his second fight with Robert Garcia, isn't it? He fought with Robert Garcia his last fight, didn't he?
Against Pitt, right? Against
Pitbull. He had. I'm pretty sure.
I think Garcia was in his corner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. No, I know he was. He definitely was. No, yes. I don't think it's an issue. I just don't see a path to victory. Like, he fought that fight against Pitbull predominantly off the back foot, if you guys remember.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I would imagine he's going to fight this guy, because Gary Antoine Russell is freakishly strong, and he's a way better athlete than Pitbull Cruz. Like, he's faster, he's twitchier, he's stronger. He's just like, if this was the NFL Combine and you say who's better, you take Gary Antoine Russell 100 times out of 100. Like, he's a far superior athlete.
Thanks.
I look, Rayo has surprised me before, but I picked him to beat Cruz, by the way. I think Gary Antoine Russell had a bad showing against Puello, who I think is underrated. So I think Gary Antoine Russell is safe here, and I'm putting money on a parlay with Gary Antoine Russell money line to win. So I would encourage you guys to take Gary Antoine Russell in that fight. I know everyone is against Gary Antoine Russell because of the Puello fight. Gary Antoine Russell is still him. Gary Antoine Russell is going to be just fine. I would think Rocky wins this fight, but seeing the odds bounce, around, something is up.
The money's coming in on Tellez. On Giron.
I know it's going to happen here. I'm going to shy away from this fight. I'm not going to touch it. It's minus 300. It's begging me at this point. Like, it's begging me to bet him, but I'm staying away from it. I know it's going to happen. He's going to go out there and he's absolutely going to dog walk him. And I told you this wasn't a fight. I told y'all this. This was supposed to be my boy Eddie Vasquez in this fight, but that fight fell apart.
Yo, G, watch us be pissed we didn't bet on him when he dog walks him, and then you gonna say,
I
told
know it's
y'all,
gonna happen
told y'all.
already.
You know
And if
what I
I
mean?
go bet on him now, he's gonna get knocked out in the 12th round. Like I already know it's gonna. If I bet on him, he's getting knocked out in the 12th round. Everyone's gonna be like, I told you, it's a 12-round fight.
Yeah.
And if I don't bet on him, he's gonna dog walk him. He's gonna outclass him, which I think is what's gonna happen.
Dead if you do, dead if you don't, man. Facts.
Always.
Shit, man.
All right, let's get into. So that's really all we got for. I don't even. No, do I like the over? I kind of like the over at minus 150. I
Was
thought
it
it would
10
be
and a
closer
half?
to even. Yeah, over 10.5. I thought it would be closer to even. I kind of like the over, but at minus 150, there are better bets to be made than this. If I had to bet something on this fight, I'd probably take the over. I like the over. I just wish it was a little closer to even, but I can live with this. But I probably wouldn't make any bets on this fight. There are better bets to be made at minus 150 than this. So probably blessing in disguise that you already got all your bets in before this, honestly. I don't really love anything on this. All right. So let's get into tomorrow. There are good fights. Craig Richards versus McCrory. Over 8.5. Lock that up. Guys, really, lock that up. This is going over 8.5. Easily going over 8.5. I would absolutely bet that. I think that's a great bet. Let me get back to the odds. So take that. What is wrong with my? Okay. Would you agree? You like the over 8.5 in Craig Richards versus McCrory?
Oh yeah. What's the line on that? I can't see it from
It's minus 220.
Oh yeah, that's hitting for sure.
Yeah, right.
That's actually a steal. To be honest with you.
I love that. That's a bet that I would lock up. I would definitely take the over on that. Another bet I like at plus 200. Richards by decision. It's a great bet right there.
That's actually sexy. In your words, that's sexy.
That's sexy money right there. Plus 200. Like to me, that's the obvious pick. Like that should be minus 220. Honestly, like I think that Craig Richards by decision is the obvious bet.
Right.
You got a draw. I know a lot of people think this fight is interesting. I don't. If you think this fight is interesting, the draw on a fight that you know is going the distance is plus 1,400. Another bet that I like is the prop. Does the fight go the distance? Yes, minus 180. I'd say just take the over 10.5. It's a little worse, but you can take this. I'm confident this goes over, and this goes the distance. Like we're gonna see the final bell. And also on this bet, if it goes the distance, if you get a headbutt, you get a technical foul, it went the distance. So if you get a 5th round headbutt and they go to the scorecards, it went the distance. You win the bet.
Really? I didn't know that, G. It would still hit?
Yeah. It still hits because it went the distance. It went the distance. Yeah.
Even if it happened in the 6th round, 5th round, it don't matter?
You would lose the over, but you would hit the
to go the distance?
The distance. It went the distance. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, the distance just got short in mid-fight, but it went the distance.
Yeah, it got real short. Right.
Oh yeah, my bad. You're right. I thought he was still with Benavidez Senior, the Cruz fight. No, he was with Robert Garcia. Stay away from Hurd and Gonzalez as well. Seems like a toss-up fight. I'm putting money on Gonzalez in this fight. Hurd, I love Hurd. He's on the wall. You can't see him. Hurd is a great dude. He's shot. What up, Bipolar? Bipolar. Rocky Hernandez and Eduardo. Rene Tellez Giron. Talk to us. Who do you like? Who do you got? A lot of money. A lot of people I respect are telling me Tellez is going to win this fight. I can't see it. I want your thoughts on that. All right. What else do we got here? A lot of these fights minus 5,000, minus 18, minus 8,000. Luke McCormick at minus 10,000. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Trash.
Yeah. Tommy McCarthy minus 475. Why not? Guys, go watch the tape on Stephen Ward. I don't like to call any fighters trash. I'll just say go watch the tape on Stephen Ward. I think Tommy McCarthy, who, yes, I'm not the biggest fan of, but Tommy McCarthy operates at a world-class level for a cruiserweight. He's at least on that level. I would not say the same for Stephen Ward. I'll leave it at that. I think this is safe money. You could do a parlay. Tommy McCarthy and the over. Let me clear some of this out. I got a bunch of crap here. Over 8.5 on Richards versus McCrory and Tommy McCarthy. Minus 220, minus 475. 2-leg parlay, minus 132. You guys want to lock? There you go. You guys want to lock for Saturday afternoon? Tommy McCarthy over on Richards and McCrory. It's not bad odds. It's minus 132, and both of those things are hitting. So there you go. There's a little lock for you guys on Saturday afternoon. You want to make some money. What are your sources say about Giron? What did it say? Well, they say he's going to wear him out. He's going to win the fight late, and he's going to stay on him. That he's relentless, that he's durable, that he's aggressive, and Rocky Hernandez is going to fold and break late in the fight. I've heard this from about 5 different people. Some of them I respect and I listen to their opinion. I can't see it. I don't see how he even is competitive in this fight, really. Other than, he's going to take a beating and keep on ticking, right? Like that kind of thing. I can't see him winning the fight at all, but I keep hearing it, and you see the odds swinging. The odds are going in that favor. What up, Fast Car? What up, Fast Car? Bipoles, I bet Rocky, but the weight miss scares me. Tellez is a big dude who stays on the pocket. So does Hernandez. The bigger guy might be the pick if he didn't try to make weight.
He missed weight?
Yeah, the weight doesn't scare. It's a non-title fight. He's going to pay him a couple of bucks. I mean, I'm not saying you should miss weight. I'm saying, how's he going to be punished for missing weight? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I missed the weigh-ins. I didn't even see the weigh-ins.
Yeah. You should always make weight. There's no excuse for not making weight. It's going to cost you some money, but, there was no title on the line. Like, and this fight's in Canada for some reason, right? You got 2 Mexicans fighting in Canada?
That's weird.
Any reason why this thing is in Canada? I assumed it was in Mexico, but it's not. It's in Canada. Eddie, can I explain? Can I explain this? Why you were putting this fight between 2 Mexicans in Canada? Because I'm confused, to say the least. It's a really strange place to put the fight. It might be a blessing. Now I missed the chance to put this fight on my parlay. If you put it on your parlay, you know what's going to happen. The opposite of whatever you bet. So you're good. All right. Let me get back to this card. Guys, got any questions, comments, thoughts, super chats? Leave them now. I will get to them. But a lot of this Queensberry card, the odds are just too wide for me to bet on. Joe Joyce at minus 6,000 again. Kurt Walker to me is an interesting bet. Kurt Walker at minus 600. You want to sweeten the parlay? Take Kurt Walker. Kurt Walker's obviously going to win. Skill fighter, deep amateur background. You can actually add him to that parlay. You got a 3-leg parlay now. Over 8.5 on Richard versus McCrory. Tommy McCarthy money line. And then money line Kurt Walker. You're not plus money. Plus 105. And nothing in this even remotely scares me. Like, I would say Kurt Walker is safer than Lewis Edmondson, who's a minus 1,000. Like, I would say Kurt Walker is not losing to Leon Woodstock. Of all the things on my bingo card, that's not on it. Like, that's not going to happen. So I would feel safe with, like, this is a plus money parlay, guys. Over 8.5. Tommy McCarthy money line, Kurt Walker money line. It's plus money.
G, question for you. How does that look like adding Walker with Matias and Tank money line?
I
super
see
safe, right?
no problem at all with that. Like Kurt Walker is super safe. Kurt Walker, look, I'm not saying Kurt Walker is going to be a world champion, but he got a pedigree. He's not going to be put in a fight at this stage of his career where he's going to lose. There's a lot of money behind him. There's a lot of hype and gloss behind him. He doesn't have any power. He's got like 2 knockouts in his 11 wins. I can promise you, he got one in his last fight, though. He's not losing to Leon Woodstock, who also has no power and has been knocked out several times. Like, he's not losing this fight. Like, to me, this is super safe.
Okay.
Joyce is out. That's right. Joyce is out. He's not fighting. Shout out to you, Bipolar. You're right about that. Maybe the Canadians have a wannabe turkey, and this is the only fight.
Probably. Hey, G, I figured out why Gio Lopez isn't fighting. I saw his Instagram story earlier today, and I guess unforeseen circumstances with his opponent that he couldn't control, so they postponed his fight. So
okay.
Yeah.
I've been at a fight where a fighter got arrested at the weigh-ins, right?
What?
Yeah, it's a public event, so they just waited for the guy. They called his name up. He went on the scale. He weighed in, and then they cuffed him up and put him under arrest.
What, do you have a warrant or
they knew
something?
he was going to be there. They knew it's a public event. Right? It's a Texas State Athletic Commission thing. It's registered with the state, so they assume that he's going to be there. They waited for him. He weighed in and arrested him.
That's wild. Dang.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I've also been at a fight in Texas and in New Mexico where they got fighters from Mexico who are here illegally. And when they went to pay them, they had the ICE immigrations arrest them. The ICE immigration officers arrest them for not being here legally. Yeah.
You see some stuff, man.
I've seen some stuff. I've seen it once in Texas and once in New Mexico. Same thing. It's like, I want my check. Hey, talk to these guys about your check. Yeah, you're going to go with them. Yeah, it's messed up. It's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I've seen some stuff.
Damn.
All right. And look, Lewis Edmondson is probably safe at minus 1,000. And if you want to add this to your parlay to bring down the odds a little bit, you can. But to me, there's better bets than this. And I don't like Lewis Edmondson will probably win the fight, but I would say Kurt Walker, who's much safer, and the odds are much better. So I wouldn't bet on this. I would at minus 1,000. This doesn't make sense to me when I could just bet on Kurt Walker. That's how I feel about this. Craig Richards versus McCrory is a really interesting fight. Both guys have fallen just short against their best opponents, but Craig Richards was about 1 round away from beating Dimitri Bivol. If that's a 15-round fight, Craig Richards probably winning that fight. Like, he was coming on really well late in that fight. What are your thoughts on this, Richards and McCrory?
I'm staying away from that one, but if I had to pick a side, I'm going McCrory.
Oh, you're going McCrory?
I mean, I'm sorry, McCrory. I'm bugging. My bad. Richards.
Okay.
Richards.
Yeah,
Richards easy.
I think Richards wins this. He's a better athlete. He's a better boxer. He's more skilled.
I don't think he stops him though, G. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's gonna pull off a decision.
Oh, yeah. This is going the distance. Yeah, if you want to just make a bet, just bet the odds for Richards and the odds for it to go the distance are about the same. So you're probably better off just betting it to go the distance. If you don't want to bet, I'm going to bet Craig Richards.
UD. Wide.
I might take him by a decision. I might take him on points.
Okay.
Right? Because that's plus 200. Plus 200.
Yeah.
Craig Richards this fight to go the distance. Fight's going the distance.
Oh,
Pick the over. The over's minus 220, and for it to go the distance was minus 180. So you're actually getting slightly better odds for it to go the distance than for Richards to win. So you might as well just bet that. It's better.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And if something crazy happens on the scorecards, you still won because it went the distance. So
it went the distance, right?
Honestly, for it to go the distance is probably a better bet than Richards. But I think Richards is safe to win this fight. Again, I would lay off that Edmondson fight. And then the big one, Lewis Crocker, Patty Donovan. Even, both guys, minus 110.
That's hard right there, dude. That's a true 50-50 with a slight edge to Patty. I think Patty outboxes him.
Yeah, I think Patty's more skilled. He's slicker. Look, Patty's not feather fisted either. Patty can punch. He's not as big as Crocker, but he's more skilled. He's sharper. He keeps his hands low, which I hate against guys who are straight ahead, fundamentally sound like Crocker. Donovan's going to get hit in this fight because he keeps his hands low. Crocker's too good for him to not get hit. I don't love how low Donovan keeps his hands. He's not Roy Jones Jr. He's not Pernell Whitaker, although I think he's very good. Like, he's not those guys. Pick up your hands. But yeah, I'm taking Donovan in this fight. I'm putting a parlay together of all of these kind of evenish fights, and I'm taking Donovan. But I don't really like any of the props. Like, I could see Donovan winning a decision. I could see Donovan winning by stoppage. I could see Crocker winning by stoppage. So I don't like the over or the under on this.
Yeah, the props are risky on this one, G. Just bet it straight up. Bet it straight up, you know?
Real says he'd stay away from this. Damn, I bet those are Russ ruined your parlay.
Imagine that.
I have Richards going the distance. Agreed, Real. I would stay away from the Crocker fight. The odds are S. The odds are about even, and both guys are minus 110. I got a pretty strong feeling Donovan's going to win. So if you got a strong feeling one way or the other, go with it. If you're 50-50 on the fight, which a lot of people are, then don't touch it. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's about it. That's all the bets. That's all the action. So just to run this through, there's not a ton. I would stay away from Rocky and Tellez Giron. I would stay away from that. If you're asking me who's going to win, I'm pretty confident Rocky is, but I'm just getting so much conflicting information that it might just be bet. Maybe other people, all the other people telling me that this is a real dangerous fight might be right. So I'm laying off this. The bets I do like Tommy McCarthy money line. Feel safe with that. Joe Joyce is off. Kurt Walker money line. You're good with that. Richards by decision. The over. I love all of it. I love Richards in this fight. The over is minus 220. Craig Richards by decision. It's plus 200. I like that. I think this is the fight here we make our money on. The safest bet here is over 8.5 at minus 220. Or just take the fight props, fight to go the distance, minus 180. That's a good bet. This is the fight where we're going to make money on Saturday, right? I mean, that's the fight right there.
Yeah. That and Kurt.
Yeah. I think, again, let me show you guys this parlay that I like. Let's see. Hang on. All right.
After you do that, I got a good one for the chat. You already know about this, Jet. I texted you earlier, but I want to let the chat know about this after you done.
I got something. What else? I got to take Patty out. Okay. So, guys, this is a plus money parlay that I like a lot. I'm just going to go as one last time. Over 8.5 on Richards, McCarthy, and Walker money line. Plus 105. I think that's a good bet, guys. All right. What did you want to get? What did you want to say?
Yeah. So for the chat, if I was talking to G earlier today, we were texting, and I really like the under 1.5 knockdowns on Puello and Sandor Martin.
Yeah. Under 1.5. We're gonna get into that card tonight. I'm gonna do that card tonight. The big card. So
yeah, and I think the line's at like negative 350 or something like that around there. So you parlay that with like Tank, Matias. I mean, you get some good odds right there, and Kurt even. So you could play with it. You could definitely play with it.
That segues me into this. What's the next live? The next live is tonight. I'll do it around 8 o'clock. I'm going to get into the PBC card. We'll spend that whole time on this card. But I wanted to go live and I wanted to break down this card. I think there's a little and Friday night's card, which I don't love, but that's all I got. I wanted to keep it around a half hour. Able to do that. Any closing thoughts, Muscles, and tell them where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, for sure. Social media, you can get me on Instagram, C Brown Muscle. If you guys weren't here yesterday, I'm a personal trainer / bodybuilder, so I can point you in the right direction. Meals, a workout regimen. So if you need anything like that, reach out to me on C Brown Muscle on Instagram, and then you can also get me on Facebook. You can message me on there, Carlos Brown. So yeah, that's about it for me, G.
All right, y'all. It's February 28th, 2020. My son's birthday is, I don't know, my son's a leap day baby. So I don't know. His birthday's either today or tomorrow, but his name is Dax Gaddy. Everybody wish him a happy birthday. I don't know.
Happy birthday, little man. Hey, my birthday was
Kind of.
February 4th, by the way. He passed, but
Yeah,
happy
happy
belated to me,
birthday.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Facts.
bipolarism. I would have taken under on those knockdowns if it was 0. Yeah, I agree. No knock. My only worry in that fight is like both guys are so awkward. Like, what if they like kind of like tangle feet and it gets ruled a knockdown? But that would have to happen twice for you to lose that bet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
yeah.
yeah.
So we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
All right, y'all. From Texas
right.
to the world, thank you and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.